Welcome to another edition of the Cut Pro Wrestling Podcast. I'm Randy Zelia from Back Sports Page.
I'm Emerito Rivera from Level 1 Games in Pompton, New Jersey. How are you guys today? Listen, first thing we have to address is my absence in this interview. I wasn't able to make it, and it kills me because this is the first interview I've missed. But you know what? I left you in the capable hands of Mr. Randolph Zelia.
Oh, that's me. Hi.
Yes. So he takes care of everything. Today, who do we have, Randy?
We have TNA knockout star Jazz. And for those who don't remember who Jazz is, Jazz was in the original ECW. She competed at 2 WrestleManias in triple threat matches for the Women's Championship. This was before the Divas title in the WWE. This is WrestleMania 18 and 19 in triple threats matches, which included Victoria, Lita, Trish Stratus in a 2-year span. She helped build the WWE Women's Division. Without her, they would not have had some of the success that they have today in the WWE Women's Division without having Jazz there.
And you know what I find interesting too is that you and I both interviewed Thunder Rosa, like 6 months ago?
Yeah, it was about 6 months ago.
On your show, which was I'm gonna give you a shout out, Randy. Your show, Off Topic, with
which a
Randy
new season,
Zelia.
new season coming in next month.
Exactly. So guys, look out for that. Well, Randy had me on as a guest host, and we spoke to Thunder Rosa about her passion for what is it, women's wrestling. I don't want to say it incorrectly. And one of the things that she did after she opened up a school, her federation is Mission Pro Wrestling.
Yes.
And they opened up a school, the Dog Pound, and look who's the trainer at the Dog Pound. We got Jazz, we got Thunder Rosa, we got her. We got Jazz's husband, Rodney Mack, there. Those are the trainers. So if you guys are in Texas and you want to learn this beautiful, beautiful art of pro wrestling, hit them up. I can't recommend them enough. Right. You'll learn how things get done. And there's already some of the students are already going to AEW Dark and everything. So give them a call if you guys are in Texas and you want to get into wrestling.
And we like to thank
Mr. Zelia.
We like to thank
Ross.
I was
about to say that.
I'd like to thank Ross from Impact Wrestling for setting this up. And just a quick disclaimer: if people are wondering why we're not bringing up WWE or ECW to her, or her working overseas and in Japan, is because this is based for Impact Wrestling. So just as a disclaimer on why we don't bring up the WWE or her past in those other organizations, that is the reasoning why. And we really appreciate everybody checking out the Cut Pro Wrestling Podcast. You can find us on YouTube. We are on all podcast platforms, which we will discuss later on. And like Em said, we are just growing and trying to supply the best form of guest entertainment for you guys in the pro wrestling industry. And Em, without further ado, I think you're tired of listening to me rambling on. Let's hear from Jazz. All right, we're back here on the Cut Pro Wrestling Podcast. My guest right now, one of the all-time greats as far as women wrestling is concerned. I'd like to welcome Impact Wrestling star Jazz. Jazz, I'll tell you, it's an absolute pleasure. And I remember earlier, towards the later part of last year, I had heard about a possible retirement for you, and now you're in Impact. So let's start there. What attracted you to Impact Wrestling that you push off retirement a little bit and you want to come and contribute to Impact?
Well, honestly, I've always been a big fan of Impact. A bunch of my friends have worked with this company, and this is one company promotion that I've never had the opportunity to work with. So when Dreamer reached out, I was like, heck yeah, I'm going to put their retirement on hold for a while and take advantage of this opportunity.
How do you feel about the knockout division right now? Lots of different personalities, a lot of different styles. From your perspective, what do you see in this knockout division?
Of course, I've known most of the girls for years. I've worked with numerous of them, but everybody's working towards the same goal. Everybody have a passion and a drive for the business, and everybody wants to be a part of the show. And it seems every week all the girls are on TV, and I don't see any egos, no competition. Everyone is happy, and we're having fun. So I really love the knockout division.
Are how does it feel to be a veteran in that locker room? Are the girls leaning on you? Are they coming to you for advice?
Sometimes, but you know what? I tell the girls, you go ahead and do you. If you need me, I'm here for advice, but you do you, and I'm just keeping up. I'm just enjoying the moment and soaking it in.
I gotta ask about, obviously you and Jordynn. So can you talk about her as a talent, how you guys complemented each other as a tag team, and how that relationship sort of came about?
Oh man, with Jordynn, I met Jordynn. She don't even remember this. She was so young. I met her when she was first started training. So she was probably what 15, 14, 15 years old, maybe when I met her. And I've been on shows with her quite a few times. I had the opportunity to work her when I was the NWA World Champion at another promotion. And unfortunately, that was a little hiccup there because she had an injury, an ankle injury at this time. So we really didn't get to complete the match the way we had planned. But man, I love Jordynn. She's awesome. She takes care of me. She asks me for my advice, my input, but I just love the way she just the way she treats me. Yeah, she most definitely shows respect. We're seem to our chemistry is seem to be getting better and better each week. Um, I love her to death, man. I'm like I'm having a blast with her. I really am, and I'm thankful that she's enjoying the time with me as well.
You worked with her as a tag team, and you also got to work with her in the ring. Was there anything about her as an opponent that you did not know as a tag team partner?
She's a hard hitter. She don't pull any punches, that's for sure. Yeah, she lets you know she's there in the ring for certain. She most definitely will let you know.
Can you talk about, from your perspective, on how now the females, on not just on Impact but for all the shows, seem to be getting more TV time? Can you talk about the importance of that?
Well, with the women today receiving opportunities of giving more TV time is just magnificent. I remember when I was on a different platform on TV, and if we got 7 minutes, that was a good night, and that was some good time. And I recall several times walking through Gorilla when they're telling me, you got 3 minutes, 3 minutes, time cut, 3 minutes, 3 minutes. So, but now, there's so much talent. These women now, man, they're just, I just hate that I wasn't able to work these girls in my era, So just being a part of that now, and it's just giving me an awesome feeling. I'm just happy and so honored to be a part of the industry right now with these girls.
And you're talking about the group of girls that you're working with right now. Obviously, you and Jordynn, welcome back ODB to the Impact fold. Can you talk about what ODB brings to the Impact locker room? Long tenure with the organization and now back. Can you talk about ODB?
Yes, man. I've been on ODB for probably 15 years. And she's always been a blast to be around. She just got this magnificent energy. She's just fun to be around. There's never a dull moment when she's in the room. And it's wonderful. And also just to have another OG in a locker room with me. So it's like I'm not by myself, when ODB is there. So I'm loving it.
And right now, you guys are working with Deanna and Kimberly and Susan. Talk about that feud and where you see it going from this point on.
Well, I'm really unsure where it's going, but I know Jordynn and ODB and myself, we're willing and ready to take on any challengers, So we for ODB and myself, we're trying to show the world that, don't call us old timers. Like, we're still here and we're effective, and we're still some no nonsense kind of women. And to have Jordynn right there with us, man, it's like she's the hard hitter. So so with Susan, Kimberly, and Deanna, I tell you what, that Deanna is something she's something else. She keeps playing these little dirty games. If she keep on, I guess Jazz gonna have to probably eventually get her in the ring and teach her a little lesson.
Would you consider this the more, I don't want to say more successful, but more enjoyable part of your career right now, being able to not only contribute behind the scenes of in the ring and mostly just have fun?
Yes, and that's what it's all about. I'm really having a blast. I don't feel any stress or pressure on me, so it's just me having fun and enjoying the business. And that's what it's all about.
If I said to you 5 years from now, where you see yourself, do you still, because again, we talked about the retirement. Do you still you see if even after retirement still contributing to the business?
Most definitely. Most definitely. I have a school now, and I'm loving that. And we have a group of young ladies and men, and that's what we're enjoying, just giving back and sharing the knowledge. So most definitely 5 years from now, I may not be in the ring, but I will most definitely continue to be behind the scenes. And that's 5 years from now.
Impact has done an excellent job during the pandemic of being able to produce more content. What kind of adjustment, you being a veteran in that locker room, about pandemic wrestling, not having a crowd there, what have you learned from performing in pandemic wrestling, and what advice have you given to some of the girls about being out there?
It's a little different without having a crowd, because that's where you get your energy from. Your adrenaline kicks in from the crowd response. So it's a little different, but to me, it doesn't seem like it's affecting anyone. Like, everybody's still going out there and giving it their all, and they're treating it as if there's 50,000 fans in the venue. So we're just doing what we have to do as professional wrestlers.
Can you talk about, me being a Jersey guy, I can relate to Deanna a little bit just because she's from Jersey. Can you talk about the Knockouts Women's Champion, Deanna Purrazzi, what you've seen for her in her short amount of time in the business, and her ceiling? How high can she go?
Sky's the limit, man. I mean, Deanna, she's most definitely got it. I love her style. I mean, I love everything about her, and I think she's a tremendous women's champion, and I just can't wait to see her in the next 5 years. Like, that's someone I most definitely keep my eyes on.
Are you and Jordynn still aiming for those knockout tag team championships?
Best believe it, and we're not going to stop till we get them.
Yeah, definitely. Jazz, my last one or two questions here. Impact Wrestling is now on Twitch. It's on Access TV. You guys have grown leaps and bounds especially over the last few months. Do you feel that right now this is sort of like a rebirth of this company? It's letting people know, hey, it's just not these other promotions out there. You should definitely come to Impact, not only to gain an opportunity, but to make an impact in this business.
Yes, I mean, to go out there every week and continue to do what we're doing, like you said, with no crowd, and still getting great response from the fans all over the world. I mean, it goes to show you that Impact isn't going anywhere. So we can't wait till this pandemic is over with, so we can get those fans back in the venue, and so we can just show them what we're all about.
Last question. If I said to you, Jazz, pick one person on this roster from the Knockouts you would want to have a one-on-one match with, who would it be?
One person.
One person. Let's set up. Let's campaign for it now. Let's see if we can get the campaign going now.
Well, me being me, who I am, I'm always going for the best of the best. So Deanna would probably be my pick.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Jazz, can you let everybody know where they can find you, both on social media and on the net?
On Facebook, I'm on there with my real name, which is Carlene Beckno. On Twitter, you can find me at phenom_jazz at phenom_jazz on Twitter. Now, Instagram, I'm not really on Instagram too much. I'm still old school. I haven't really gotten into the IG yet. I'm a little behind,
Me
but
too.
I'm trying to
Me
catch up.
too. Me too. I'm still, trust me, I'm still learning it too. Like,
Yes.
my kids and my daughter is like, you know how to use Snapchat? I'm like, what is Snapchat? Like, I don't know any
Yeah.
of this stuff. I
Yeah.
grew.
See, I had to get my baby to come in here and help me get on here. So it's like,
It's
yeah.
crazy. I'm going to throw one more question at you. We're talking about social media. We're talking about platforms. Impact does something very different where they're using Twitch to air their shows, not only just on Access TV. How important is it for wrestlers to sort of keep communication with their audience through these social media platforms, as well as to have a platform to also have their work?
I mean, social media is the key right now to life.
Yeah.
I mean, not only with wrestling, but I think all entertainment aspects of all entertainment right now. If you're not on social media, you're not being seen, so or heard of. So social media is the way to go right now. Which, like I said, I'm trying to catch up. I'm a little behind, but I know the importance of it.
Well, Jazz,
So,
I consider this an absolute pleasure and honor. Thank you so much for giving us some time today, and I wish you the best in the future. And I hope you enjoyed and get those belts.
sir, thank you, and we will.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, take care.
Take care. Okay, we're back here on the Cut Pro Wrestling Podcast. That was Jazz and M. Big thanks to Impact Wrestling for letting her spend a few minutes with us.
Yeah. Again, guys, I'm sorry I couldn't make this interview. It was short notice. I was working at the store, Level 1 Games, and I couldn't get away. It's been terribly busy lately. So I apologize. I will do my best not to miss another interview.
Well, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Hey, guess what? We're all over the place. Right now, you can find us on all your podcast platforms. We're on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, we're on Spotify, iHeartRadio's podcast network, and also give us a follow on our social media pages, as well as a subscribe on YouTube, the Cut Pro Wrestling Podcast.
Yeah, so we're on Instagram at the Cut PW Podcast, and we're on Facebook at the Cut Pro Wrestling Podcast. So give us a like, share it with your friends. Hey, listen, drop us a comment. We have no problem discussing wrestling as long as we have a little bit of spare time. We can shoot the shit with you guys. Don't be shy.
And don't be afraid to message us through Facebook. We'll be glad to talk with you through all of our social media platforms on Twitter, Cut Wrestling BSP, as well, like I said, on YouTube. And check us out at backsportspage.com. And M, we have some great things coming for everybody. We have some big names we're going to enjoy trying to get and for you guys to entertain you all. And we also, it's just fun to talk wrestling. It's a great time of year. It's WrestleMania season. AEW Revolution is coming up. Ring of Honor has a lot of great things going on with their promotion. NWA just announced that they're coming back with Power and doing their shows. So much great wrestling is going on.
Listen, by the time this episode drops, Revolution will be over. So who do you think, before we leave, before we end this episode, who do you think this mystery superstar, this Hall of Fame caliber wrestler that AEW has signed? Everyone's talking, everybody's throwing out CM Punk. I don't think it's CM Punk, but I want to get your take, Randy, before we exit today.
I want to say I just don't want it to be a letdown, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was RVD, Rob Van Dam.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking before the show. It's not going to be Christian. He's locked up under a WWE contract. I honestly don't know who else is really out there. I'm hoping it's not Kurt Angle. I don't think he can really contribute in the ring and be a guy that can really, like you have Sting, who's 60 years old out there.
Yeah, we
getting
don't
ready
want to
for-
make that a habit, right?
Yeah, we want that to be an attraction, not a everyday occurrence. So I don't know. I'm leaning towards Rob Van Dam. I've heard Zelina Vega possibly. But I heard they've been wanting her for a while, but I'm not sure if she's fitting under the Hall of Fame category.
See, but that's the part that throws you off because
Because it's whose
any of these
opinion?
guys could be.
Yeah,
Yeah, whose opinion is it? Like, is it my opinion? Because my opinion could be different. Like, I threw out the name Ethan Page. He hasn't signed with anyone yet, to my knowledge. Can he be a Hall of Fame, caliber wrestler? I personally think he's an amazing wrestler. So in my world, yeah, he's a Hall of Fame caliber. In your world, you lean toward the sports entertainment side of it a little more than I do. So he won't be a Hall of Fame caliber. So I feel that either way, man, I don't want to get my hopes up because I'm gonna be disappointed because I'm hoping for like a Hall of Fame type character, but like you said, the opinions differ on what a Hall of Fame career is.
yeah.
So I just hope it's a fun pay per view. By the time you guys hear this, you'll already know the answer. You'll realize how like we're nowhere close to whatever just happened yesterday. So listen, again, thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoyed, and you'll be seeing me and Randy soon. Our next guest seems very fun, and we'll tell you more next week.
Yes, and I hope you guys enjoy all of our shows. Go back and listen to all of our past shows with the Good Brothers, Hurricane Helms, Rocky Romero, Conrad Thompson, Chris Van Vliet, PCO, Tracy Williams from last week. All these great shows that we've had. Mike Law, AJ Pan. Thank you, Andrew Fumey, for making us look as good as we do. We always appreciate it.
Yes.
He's a great producer. For Randy Zelia, I'm Randy Zelia from backsportspage.com.
I'm Marita Rivera from Level One Games, Pompton Plains, New Jersey. Listen, we'll see you next week.